Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the recent video that Gypsy Rose posted to her ex-husband, Ryan Anderson, on TikTok. I have talked about Gypsy Rose a little bit in the past, not a whole lot though, considering how much she actually has me in a chokehold. I am obsessed with Gypsy Rose content. I love watching it. I have loved the show Life After Lockup. And I want to preface this by saying that in no means am I like condoning or supporting her. It's more so just for whatever reason, I cannot look away, and like the drama that comes out of that show just has me in an absolute chokehold. I was actually even thinking of doing a video or even like multiple videos about the series now that season 2 is out, but I'm gonna be honest, it has not been as good as season 1, so I kind of shelved that idea. Maybe when the season is complete, I'll do a little breakdown of the whole thing. If you're interested in that, let me know. But with that being said, there has been some drama, as there always is, between Gypsy and her ex-husband, Ryan Anderson. And it has been playing out publicly, as again, it always does. So we are going to talk about that today and just sort of get into that, because I think the video that she made to him in response to all this was so hypocritical, so manipulative. So I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Starting out, just to kind of catch you up to speed to like what led to this point and why this is kind of all happening now. Ryan was on live recently, and as the show episodes come out, he's been kind of talking a little bit about what's been said on the show, specifically about him on his lives. And in one of the more recent episodes that have come out of the show, Gypsy had mentioned that she feels like Ryan is just a member of the public.
Just Ryan, essentially.
Okay, well, he's not my actual life.
Okay, well, he's currently still tethered to you.
I consider him one of the public.
And that really set him off. That rubbed him the wrong way. Understandably so. I mean, he's your ex-husband. He's not just like the same as some random member of the public. And he kind of popped off in his live about that. I didn't catch the live, but I'll put some videos here just to kind of give you an idea of what he was saying. Sorry if there's all kinds of little like stickers and things. TikTok just looks like that, so the videos are a little bit of a mess, but you get the idea.
Her and Ken, and yes, I do want to speak on this. She was telling Ken that she considers me to be the public. I was your husband, and you consider me a member of the public? Like, really? Okay, that's how you really feel? You know, like, I love like seeing some of these clips, because now I can actually see how she really did feel about me. So if I'm just a member of the public, let's just publicly give this shit away, okay? Look, get fucking out of here. Let's see. I'm a member of the public. Okay. I'm a member of the public. Look, see that? Member of the public? Public can have that shit, as far as I'm concerned. All right? Look, boom, goodbye. Member of the public. That's me. Now that's public shit. Don't forget that. Member of the public. Give me a break. Actually, I'm not sorry. Hell with that. Member of the public. I consider Ryan a member of the public. You consider your ex-husband a member of the public? Why not publicly start dropping knowledge on people? How about I do that? You know, guys, she apologized to me for that, for releasing the messages. And she was like, I'm sorry I did that. And she just said, you know why she really released those messages? Y'all want to know the real truth behind it? And I will give y'all real deal truth, because I've never lied to y'all about anything. All right? She did that to show the world that I still loved her and needed her and thought she was beautiful. So there were stories going around that I was with girls after the slapping incident and all that stuff that I did with that girl. So she had to boost her own ego. That was to boost her own ego, but she couldn't personally do it. So, sorry, that's just, that comment about me being in the public. Like, really? And why did you text me the day your daughter was born sending me pictures? Like, did you do that to the public? No, you didn't. Okay, but you did that to me. Okay, I'm just a member of the public.
And in those lives, he started saying things like, well, if I'm just a member of the public, why don't I start publicly dropping information on people? And Ryan also went live with a creator named Amber J, who she has made multiple videos and things talking about like Gypsy, Ryan, just the whole situation. A lot of people on TikTok have been making content about that. And they actually went live together. She made some like flirtatious type of jokes towards him, although Ryan claims they are just friends. I think they were just like bantering back and forth and kind of playing into it because people were saying something was going on between them. And that's pretty important to the story, because after this all went down, Ryan posted this screenshot to his TikTok, and it is a text from Gypsy to him. And on January 14th, she said, "Are you with Amber J?" ? And then afterwards she said, "I feel lost. Like, I don't know what is real anymore." And then he just replies, "Say what?" Which I think that response is kind of funny. But he screenshotted that and posted it publicly to his TikTok. It is still up there now, at least as of me recording this. So Gypsy was clearly not very happy with that. And she took to her TikTok story, which I screenshotted this the day that she posted it. And she wrote, "Kid gloves off, huh? Okay," at the Ryan Anderson, "Secret Life of the Sweat Rag." And then in the photo, there's a screenshot of a website called GoodRx, which is like a prescription lookup website, and it's highlighting that use of certain prescription medications will cause increased sweating. And it's highlighting a certain medication that he is on, which you can see in the screenshot. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube, but you can see it here. And to me, this is such a low blow. I mean, sure, he should not have posted the screenshot either. I think the whole thing is just messy and both of them just need to stop and leave each other alone. They are divorced and there's no need for the back and forth. And so I think I kind of have an unpopular opinion where most people are fully on Ryan's side. I'm obviously more on his side, but I think that both of them are being really childish and messy and there's just no need of it. However, I think it's super wrong of Gypsy to treat his medical information as like tea and gossip, as if people will see this and be like, oh, like she got him so bad, when it's like, no, this is his personal medical information. It's not tea, it's not drama, it's not like a gotcha moment for Gypsy. And then in the next part of the story, she put a screenshot of Ryan texting her dad, Rod, and it says, texting my dad, I'm your ex-wife, not your medical provider. Do you want to stop now? The Ryan Anderson. And in it, he said, tell Gypsy she better take her last post down about me or I'm going to sue her for a HIPAA violation and defamation. She had no right to tell people that. Which again, I agree. She definitely had no right to tell people that. She's saying like, I'm not your medical provider, meaning like HIPAA doesn't really apply to her, which I don't know the logistics of that, but I'm pretty sure that is accurate. Like technically it wouldn't be a HIPAA violation because she's not a provider. However, I agree that it was just wrong to post that. And like I said just a moment ago, I don't think that his medical information is like tea or it's this gotcha like Gypsy is treating it as. But I think that she knows he doesn't want that information out there, or, you know, maybe all this information being leaked about him. He works as a teacher, so I don't know how that information could impact that. I think the messiness as a whole could potentially negatively influence his job. The next one is her addressing Ryan again.
So you want me to take my shit down, right? Okay, how about you quit talking about me? It's been 3 fucking months since I texted you. And you're spiraling out of control. So just remember, just as much dirt as you have on me, I have on you, honey. You punch at me, I punch back 10 times harder. Go see a therapist.
So that is what Gypsy initially posted, and what it leads me to wonder is, what does he have on her that she is being so like retaliatory and trying to shut him down about? Because to me it seems like she is doing a lot to try to silence him and to get him to stop. And like I said, like, yeah, it's messy, but you would think if the message that he shared was like the worst that he had on her, just her asking if he's with this girl, meanwhile she is with Ken and just had a baby and probably shouldn't be worried about who Ryan is with. But if that's the worst he had in her, you'd think she'd just be like, well, whatever, you can't share anymore, you already shared it, so now what? But it seems like he must have a lot worse on her if she is this mad and trying to shut it down. And to me, what seems really unfair too is she can say all that she wants about him on the show. I mean, a lot of the show, there's many episodes where she is not talking very nicely about Ryan, or she's bringing him up, saying he still loves her, still wants to be with her. At one point in the show, she was like angry about something that he did, and then when she went to do an interview for a magazine, she was really talking down on him, saying she wasn't attracted to him, how like sex with him wasn't good, and how she's so much more satisfied and happy with Ken, which again, it's just a low blow. There's just no need for that. And in the show, she even messaged him apologizing because that was going to come out.
Oh.
What? What?
It said Gypsy Rose Blanchard says she didn't enjoy sex with Ryan Anderson despite once saying that he is fire.
You didn't though, Gypsy.
But I didn't expect her to put that in the article.
So it seems insane to me that she can say all of that. She can say anything she wants about him on basically like national television, but he can't say anything about her. It's just super hypocritical, and I don't think it's really that fair. And so basically this all led up to Gypsy posting a 10-minute video to Ryan, which this is sort of what I mainly wanted to talk about in the video and focus on. All that was just sort of like the backstory and what led us to this point. But this video, I'm gonna pause it throughout while we're watching it. It really gives me like very manipulative and almost kind of narcissistic vibes. Obviously, I'm not like diagnosing Gypsy with anything, but it does seem really self-centered, narcissistic, and very manipulative to say the least. I'm gonna let that play, but like I said, I'm gonna have to pause throughout and just sort of point out what sticks out to me.
So this video is gonna be for Ryan Anderson, and if you're not Ryan Anderson, then keep scrolling. But I know y'all watch, and that's okay, but this video is not for y'all, it's for him.
Okay, even that right there, I have to pause and quickly say, because I've seen a lot of people point this out, but like, if this truly was just for him, you could have just sent it directly to him, but you posted this publicly for everyone to see, and the comments are off.
So I know that it's been about 3 months since we had any kind of text message exchange, and I know it's been really hard for you watching the show for the first time. I know it was all filmed, but I know that you don't. So I understand that you're reacting to things in real time, just like I am. So I'm sorry for not giving you that grace. I do want to say, like, this is going to be kind of a long video, of me just putting out what's on my heart. And I know that it is hard to watch things that we have said and things that happen, even if it was 6, 7, 8 months ago, whatever. I understand that it's the feelings are happening in real time. And I want you to know that it is extremely hard to watch you have to go through these emotions.
That right there really quick also kind of seems manipulative to me, like her bringing up how long ago these things were said. Now she is being fair and saying like it is new to see because the show is just coming out now, but just the need to point out that they were 6, 7, 8 months ago. Like we all know those things were said before, but the hurt is still there regardless of when you said it. And as she's mentioning, Ryan is seeing all that for the first time. He's been hurt by what she's saying, and she's focusing here on how hard it is for her to see him hurt when it's like you did the hurting. This is giving when someone wrongs you and then says that they're hurt that you're hurt. Like, you have wronged him, you've said stuff that was hurting his feelings that he's only now just seeing. And so for her to say it's difficult to see him be hurt by that, it's like, yeah, it would be, but like, you caused that. You don't really have the place to be saying how difficult it is for you that Ryan is hurt by what you said.
And I understand that when you are doing live streams, you're speaking your truth. You're speaking your mind and your peace. And I'm never going to filter you for doing that. But whenever you put out text messages between you and I that I think are sacred, that should, in my opinion, be sacred between us.
But he's just a member of the public. You think your texts with him are sacred, but to you, he's just a member of the public.
And when I mean sacred, I mean that there are very few people I trust in this world. And I have always counted you as one of them. So whenever I reached out to you when I was 2 weeks postpartum and I didn't know how to handle my emotions, I just had a baby, my whole life changed. My literal whole life changed in an instant. And I don't regret having Aurora. I don't. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. But I leaned on you. I leaned on you because I trust you. That is not something a lot of people I can say about.
Okay, sorry to pause so much, but I have ADHD and I will forget. Her bringing up how much she trusts him, again, it directly contradicts her prior saying that he's just a member of the public, which is like part of what set this all off. If he's just a member of the public to you, why are you laying so much faith and trust in him to begin with? But also bringing up like these postpartum emotions and blah, blah, blah. Like, this is your ex-husband. It's not his fault that you're going through that. It has nothing to do with him. And you should be maybe leaning on your husband or your boyfriend, whatever, Ken, they're not married, but like your partner Ken for these things. I would be really not very happy if I was Ken, but Gypsy keeps doing this. Like when she's with one of these guys, she'll message the other one, or she brings up all the time how one of them texted the other. When she was with Ryan, she was saying, Ken texted me last night. Then we saw in the show when she was with Ken, she was saying, well, Ryan texted me last night.
Either way, Ken texted me.
Too late, buddy.
Ryan texted me.
And?
It seems like she wants both of them, or at least even if she doesn't want both of them, like I don't actually think she wants Ryan anymore, but she wants him to want her, if that makes sense. Like she can move on, but she wants him to stay like on the back burner, waiting for her, obsessed with her, all of this. And now that he's finally kind of standing up for himself and being like, I deserve better than this, I don't think that she's very happy with that. And I also think, again, it's like, why are you reaching out to your ex-husband when you're in the throes of like postpartum? I'm not saying that that's easy. I've never been through that myself, but I know so many women, of course, who have, and I know know that postpartum emotions are no joke and it's really hard and they make you do things that maybe you wouldn't normally do. So I'm not necessarily faulting her for that, but to me it doesn't really seem like she regrets that. It's more so she's mad that he put that out there, and I don't know if maybe Ken didn't know that and maybe Ken's mad at her for that, which would be also fair of him.
When I felt distant from Ken during those first few weeks postpartum, I vented to you. I told you everything that was on my heart and in my head. And I thought that that was going to stay between us.
Okay, I want to know if there was more that she said that he didn't post. I feel like there must be because, like I said, why would she be going so crazy trying to silence him? But to say that she vented about everything going through her head, I really wonder what more she said, and I wonder if it's things that Ken probably doesn't know about, because the message that I saw that he exposed, just the like, are you with Amber J? I don't know what to think anymore. That isn't what I would consider like a venting. Like I rant and vent to someone. To me, I would think of like a huge paragraph of everything on her mind and her heart. So I feel like there's a lot more to it.
Did I tell Ken? Eventually I did.
Everything though?
But I never aimed to hurt you. It was never about hurting you. It was always about what the public might think, the public persona. And I think what gets to me, and I vented this to your mom, is that you have your TikTok personality and then you have the real Ryan Anderson. And those two are two completely different people. So when I see you on TikTok, acting the way you do, talking the way you do, doing your polls, that's not the man that I married. The man that I married went on Facebook once a month because I asked him to. You didn't do social media. You didn't care. It was never about the public back then.
Okay, and that's it too. I feel like Gypsy wants all the attention on herself. And again, this just feels so manipulative to be like, that's not the man I married. Okay, but you aren't married to him anymore and he's changed. Like, obviously, yeah, he's probably enjoying TikTok more. I'm sure he's making money from it with all the gifts and the polls and the blah, blah, blah. I don't know how it works because in Canada, we don't have like creator fund or anything like that, but I'm sure he gets paid on TikTok. So that's one aspect to it. And two, he's seen that he has this like whole crowd of people behind him that support him and that are enjoying the lives and like he's having fun with it. Sure, he didn't do social media before, but that doesn't mean he can't change and decide that it's something that he enjoys now, for one. But also this like, that's not you. I vented to your mom because like you seem so different and the personality on TikTok isn't really you. She's trying to make him feel bad about it, and I feel like she's trying to make him think, maybe I shouldn't be doing TikTok. Maybe she's right, like I have changed. And again, it just kind of seems self-serving.
And it's so hard to see what you have become. So yeah, I get mad, I get frustrated, I get angry because I know that that's not you.
Okay, it feels like she's like turning on the tears here. It seemed like she was like drawing this inspiration to like tear up, like it's giving actress.
Where's the person that came to visit me when we had an argument and I told you don't come, and then you showed up anyway? Where's the person that was there for me whenever my parents were on the edge of a divorce? And Christy didn't pick up the phone for 3 weeks.
Not her spilling their tea as well.
And you were all I had. You think I forgot about that? I haven't. I hate that we keep doing this back and forth, trying to hurt each other, but we're not trying to hurt each other, we're trying to hurt each other's reputations. I hate the fact that we are trying to be at war with each other, but I know I just want the best for you. I want you to be happy. I want you to move on. I want you to move on with someone that's going to make you happy, that's going to love you like you should be loved. And I know that it's hard because I get it. I did you wrong, and I'm sorry for that. But every time we would text each other, every time we would talk on the phone, you wouldn't really bring that up. We were civil, if not even friendly. So yeah, I am sorry that in all of this confusion and anger and disappointment, that seeing that text message that you released, for what? For what? Because you wanted to show that you are the truth teller on TikTok? Well, that hurt my trust. And so yes, in turn, I put out personal information of yours that I knew that you didn't want out there.
Okay, I don't know if she's going to say why, but it sounds to me like she did, in fact, set out to hurt him, even though she's saying that she didn't. She started this out by saying that they haven't had, like, text exchanges or anything in a couple of months now, like around 3 months. But when they used to talk on the phone and text, that they were civil. And it's like, yeah, but he didn't see all of what was on the show and what was said about him at that time. So who knows how much of that he knew. Like, it's valid for him to now have different feelings towards being civil based on hearing all these hurtful things said about him.
And it was wrong, and it was below the belt, and it was too far, and I'm sorry. I truly am sorry. Even if you give me many other jabs, I won't put out anything else about you. I'm not going to try to hurt you. I know that in your heart you care about me. I know in your heart that you are a good person. And I'm just sorry.
Okay, I appreciate her saying that it was wrong, that it was below the belt, and that she shouldn't have done that. That is accurate, and I think that that's a fair thing to say. This whole, like, getting upset and saying, no matter how many other jabs you give, I'm not going to put anything out. Again, it just seems like self-preservation at this point. She tried to bully him out of sharing whatever else he has on her, and now I feel like she's going the opposite, where she's trying to guilt him into not sharing it by saying, like, I won't try to hurt you anymore. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. All this stuff. And, like, the crying, it just really does seem like she is probably trying to make him feel bad so that hopefully he doesn't share whatever else he has. And I think that she wants to get the public on her side. She's saying that he's so concerned with the public perception and that they're trying to, like, hurt each other's reputation. But from everything we've heard on the show and from Ryan and Ken and all of them, it seems like Gypsy is very obsessed with the public perception as well. That her and Ken are always watching stuff and that she's really bad for it. It does seem like she pretty much addresses everything. And I think some of it she probably could just leave. Like, I honestly think this wouldn't have blown up as much if Ryan had posted that. Obviously, yes, people would have talked to it and been like, oh my god, Gypsy was, like, messaging with Ryan. But if she never did anything back, I don't think this would have gotten to the point where as many people are talking about it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. She's not done, so I'm gonna let it play, but I really want to know, with all the tears and, like, the I care about you and I know you care about me, do you think that that's manipulation, or do you think she's actually just upset?
I'm sorry that you fell in love with a piece of shit like me. I always said Ken was my love, is my love. But you were my comfort. You were my safe place because I knew that you never would hurt me. And I'm just tired of this war, and I want it to end. I don't know what you think the alternative could be between you and I. That's where I get stuck at, is I can't keep texting you. I can't keep talking to you. I have a whole family. I'm in a committed relationship. I have a daughter with this man. Like, I don't know if, like, we can't be friends. Do you understand what position I'm in? I know to you, as long as I keep talking to you, you feel some sort of connection, but that can't be. We can't do that. We're not at that space. All I could do is wish you the best, and I know that that is finite, and that's definite. And I know this is all sinking in, that it's really the end now. But you will always have a place in my heart. and we will always have those good memories together. But that has to be it. Some people come in our lives for a season, others for a reason. And the reason you came in my life was to show me that I need to be a better person.
Okay, I feel like I'm gonna have to watch the end of that back. I never watched the full thing through before recording this, but that just seems so weird to me. I mean, first of all, her saying Ken is my love, so I don't know if she meant like was and then they broke up and now he is again, or if she like slipped up and that was like a Freudian slip. I have no idea. But it was weird to me how she's saying that Ken is my love, but you're my comfort. I honestly, if I was Ken, I would be really irritated about that. I would not be just like cool with that. I can't imagine being, like she said, in a committed relationship, having a baby with someone, being together with this person, but then still saying those things publicly about your ex. Like that's just, I don't know. I don't think that she was over Ryan when she moved on with Ken. I think that the overlap in all the relationships is causing a lot of inner turmoil. And in the end, it seems like she's telling him, you know, we have to be done talking. I'm in a committed relationship. Like that just has to be it. But she's not really following that either, because she herself said that when she was 2 weeks postpartum, she was in a rough place with Ken and decided to reach out to Ryan. That shouldn't be what you're doing. Like you can't be reaching out to Ryan and expecting him to care for you and blah 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 when you're saying you guys have to be done, you're divorced, like you don't want him. I think that what she's saying and what she's feeling are kind of two different things, because I think that she's been saying things like, even on the show, she was saying she doesn't want to give him false hope, or that she feels like if they talk at all that like he thinks that there's still something between them, like, oh, she's still texting me, like there's still something here. And that's kind of what she's saying in this video here now as well. But the flip side of that is, despite her saying that she doesn't want to lead him on or anything, it seems like she doesn't actually want him to stop. Because if she did, she would just block his number and be done with it and move on. Even in the show, we saw that there were episodes where like she reached out to him the day they got divorced, I think it was. She wanted him to physically go there. They can talk it through, maybe go out and grab a coffee together or whatever and like chat about the divorce, to which he was like, I don't know why I would drive all that way and do that on that day of all things. Like you had all this time to talk to me and you didn't want to. So yeah, I don't know. Needless to say, I feel like what she's saying and what she wants are two different things, because I think that she knows the right thing to say is that they can't be talking and they can't have communication. But I think in her heart, she actually does like the attention from him and wants him to keep on. That's why she was asking probably, are you with Amber J? When there was that other lady that he was like slapping her butt in a video, she was pissed about that too, saying, oh well, that's my husband, because he would say things like, that's my wife, like we're still married.
That's my husband. That's my husband. He's slapping some girl's ass. That's my husband. We're still married. He's still married. I'm still married.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's not actually done with the attention from him. I think that she just knows that that's inappropriate and that she has to be. But it seems like there are two wolves inside of Gypsy, and one of them wants Ryan and one of them wants Ken, and they're fighting. So I don't think she's gonna like leave Ken to get back with Ryan or anything like that, but I don't think that she's ready for Ryan to move on, which is very unfair considering that she wanted to divorce him and she moved on with someone else literally immediately. But yeah, let me know what you thought about all this and just any other opinions you have on Gypsy, the show, any of it. Like I said in the beginning, Gypsy has me in a chokehold and I can't get enough, and I don't actually know a ton of people who like watch the show or are really that active with the content surrounding her. So I would love to hear what you think, and hit the subscribe while you're down there. I would really appreciate it. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next video. Bye.